Welcome back, viewers, to another episode of Employee Spotlight here at Jessup Wealth Management. I'm extremely honored to introduce Nick Whitaker. Nick is our Director of Finance and recently joined us, and Mark and I couldn't be happier. We're going to ask Nick a series of questions today so you can get to know him better. So Nick, I'm going to dive right in.
All right, let's do it.
So can you briefly describe your role at the firm to viewers?
Absolutely. So my role at the firm will be primarily trading the book with Mark and doing research to assist with portfolio selection.
And he will be extremely busy.
I'll be a busy man.
What is your favorite part about working at Jessup Wealth Management?
Thus far in my limited time here, I can honestly say I really love the culture here. I can tell that you and Mark really care about the employees, and coming from a very big firm, I value that a lot. I appreciate it. So thus far, I've really enjoyed that part.
Love to hear that. Can you describe your past work experience and explain why you wanted to make the jump to a new industry?
Absolutely. So I've discussed it on our podcast recently, if viewers want to listen to that. But
Episode 93.
Episode 93.
Independent Advisors Podcast.
It's a little more in depth than probably what I'll do right now. But in a nutshell, what I did was I worked in stock surveillance. I was an institutional consultant. So I helped publicly traded companies understand who their shareholders are, and whether or not those shareholders were buying and selling the stock. So it's following the markets, it's data aggregation, it's data analytics, with consulting on top of that. So it's really the behind the scenes of what's going on in the stock market, so to speak. So the jump over here is really more jumping the fence onto the investment side of things, which I've been anxious to do. For a lot of reasons. It's interesting. It's something that's intrigued me since I was 18, 19 years old, and I'm very excited to just learn more about the markets and be more involved in the markets as opposed to monitoring the markets and consulting from a data point of view. So,
Fun fact for viewers, Nick actually interned with us back in the day.
yeah,
Back in the day.
10 or so years ago.
Yes. What is your favorite movie? We're going to switch gears here a little bit, I'm sorry, and we're going to learn the personal side of who Nick is. So we'll start off. What is your favorite movie?
So my favorite movie, I get asked this question a lot, and I love movies, so it's always hard to pick, but I'm going to go with American Gangster. It's
a good one. Denzel Washington.
Denzel and Russell Crowe. I love true stories.
Very well written, good cinematography.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of long for viewers who haven't seen it. Get ready for that. But yeah, it's definitely a favorite of mine.
Denzel's just one of those actors, Nick. He just produces great stuff.
There's not many Denzel movies that you're gonna watch and you're gonna regret watching. That's
well said.
Yeah.
Well said. What's your favorite quote?
So my favorite quote, the one I picked, was a Henry Ford quote, which really is just about positivity, which I really like. And it's whether you think you can or you can't, either way you're right, or either way you're correct. You'll read it different ways when you Google it.
I love that one.
It's a good one.
I like that one from Henry Ford. That's good.
Yeah.
Two more. What's your favorite type of music and or favorite artist?
Great question. I love oldies, 60s, 70s is really what I grew up on, and so I have to say the Beatles is my favorite artist.
Okay.
Which is fair to say, the greatest band of all time. That's fair. But Bob Dylan, the Stones, Hendrix, CCR, all that kind of music is right in my wheelhouse.
Love that. All right, last question. If you could only travel back and forth to one place the rest of your life, where would it be? And if you feel comfortable, tell us why.
Absolutely. A great question and a difficult question, because I love exploring, but if I had to choose one place to go back and forth my whole life, I'd have to choose Wilmington, North Carolina.
Wilmington, North Carolina, okay.
Which is where I went to school. It's my brother lives there, so I have family there. I still have friends there, and it's a wonderful place. Great weather. The beach is right near there. They have a lovely downtown spot. So
because of you and your family, I visited there. In viewers, it is absolutely beautiful. As an outsider to Nick, I would definitely highly recommend that you would visit Wilmington, North Carolina.
Unbiased, but yes.
Last part, what time of the year is the best for them to visit?
Ooh, That's a good question. It depends on what type of heat you want to deal with, as well as the crowds that you want to deal with. So if you really like warm water and you want the beach and the water at the beach to be like lukewarm, then you can go towards the end of summer. If you want to avoid the crowds and still enjoy sitting on the beach with some nice weather, but the water will be a little bit cooler, then April is
April's good.
April, early May, I'd say is good.
All right. Well, viewers, thank you for listening in and watching and hearing from Nick and getting to know him better. Mark and I feel very blessed to have him part of the firm, and so now you can put a face and a voice with a name. Take care.